So we finally had probably the biggest upset of the Olympics so far for the men's tournament. Slovakia has beaten the USA today. Earlier this morning, I watched the game in full, and I've come here to try to break this down to see what exactly happened and just give an overall recap, because this was probably the biggest upset just from a generic how powerful this country is in terms of hockey in recent years. Slovakia is on the upswing, but the Americans should have won this game, in my opinion. Let's go over it. What's going on? I'm Ryan from Dopamon. We do hockey on this channel. Subscribe if you enjoy hockey content. Quickie little recaps like this. Leave a like if you enjoy this video. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers and would appreciate you subscribing. Just going over quickly the lines here. There was lineup cards. I decided to just go through flash score. We got Agazino, Mealy, O'Neill for the States. Takic, Hirovic, and Chalarik. On forwards for the States, Ness, Kampfer, Sherznak, and Tchaikovsky. Rybar and Mann were in goal for them. I like this line for the States, this Nyes, Beniers, Abruzzese line. To me, they were probably the best overall line for the Americans in this game. They were generating a lot of chances, playing really fast, and this is like the top prospect kid line. It was great. Cooper and Brock Faber on defense for them. Faber, I think, leading the tournament in ice time, just in every country. Hudacek, Pospisil, Yurko. Pospisil, I thought, played with a lot of speed. He played very, very well. Not the MVP for Slovakia in this game. I'll get to that. Marincin and Rosnedick on the end there. Warsofsky and Pervich, Cates, Myers, Farrell, Kellerman, Christophs, and Zuzan, Jernat, and Kanazko on the third lines for them. This is interesting to me because this player played a lot and I think moved up and down the lineup. Juraj Slavkovsky, Roman, and Regenda with Nemec as that extra defenseman, Helson, the extra defenseman of the States, with Smith, Brisson, and Henches. Both these lines, I think they matched up a lot, being the fourth lines. I do think Slavkovsky was put up higher in the lineup at times. Obviously played in the power play and the few opportunities they did get. But I thought Juraj Slavkovsky was probably their most exciting player the whole game. We'll go into it. He obviously opened the scoring here. Finds himself just all alone in front and snipes it. Really shows off the absolute cannon that he has. It's the release. He's able to get it on and off his stick really fast and snipes it over the goaltender, Charles Mann. And it was 1-0 about 10 minutes into the first for Slovakia. After, I think, the first 5 minutes of the game, they didn't even have a shot. The U.S. was skating well out of the gate. They had a couple really big early chances. Rybar has been probably the standout goalie of the tournament so far for me. He's just been carrying this team once he's really got a hold of the net. Really carried this team through this quarterfinal and now into the semi, and he will have to remain huge if Slovakia has any chance of winning a medal. Just before the end of the period, though, this was unfortunate for Slovakia, who had been playing a decently tight game defensively up until this point, giving some chances up, but a lot of it not grade A after the first few minutes. Nick Abruzzese finishes off an incredible passing play here. Matty Beniers and Steven Kampfer with the assists. Great passing, finished off nicely by Beniers, who tucked it on the backhand 5-hole. And it was 1-1. Throughout the first and second period, we'll get into, obviously, the dramatics at the end here. I thought the Americans were controlling most of the play, but Slovakia, it was so even, and I wasn't expecting it to be as even as it ended up being. Slavkovsky for Slovakia, so creative. He's the only one being creative in the offensive zone, I guess, that they've allowed to be as a 17-year-old in the Olympics. Something we'll mention at the end, Simon Nemec, the also highly touted prospect for Slovakia, was the seventh defenseman, but he did not get off the bench the entire game. He was essentially just the extra defenseman in case of injury. They rolled their three pairs, their more veteran pairs, and Simon Nemec did not see the ice at all in this game at 0 seconds of ice time. Henches, 9 minutes into the second period here, brings the U.S. to 2-1. Another kind of quick passing play, similar to the Abruzzese goal, but less off the rush. But he does finish really nicely from Pervich and Smith. And great finish by Henges here, who is a fourth liner who ended up with a great clutch goal. Obviously the dual slashing minors here, delay game for Kanashko, tripping for Jurnat, delay game for coming out, playing the puck in the crease. Slovakia took 5 straight power plays or penalties, and one was coincidental, so it didn't matter. But you can't give the Americans that much time, and the Americans had their chances. They had a 5-on-3 at one point in the third period with not much time left, and they blew it. They could have put it away, I think, at any point. They had some opportunities. Most of the 5-on-5 play after, about halfway through the first was controlled by Slovakia. They needed another goal, and they just couldn't get one. Patrick Rybart, he was the Slovakian goalie, was so good. He was so good. He locked down play. Nothing got by him. And with a minute left, just under a minute left, Rivich ties the game for Slovakia. Absolutely incredible. Just flurry in front of the net. Tchaikovsky and Hudacek. They were just blasting pucks on net. They just needed to get it to the net, get pucks hard on net, hope for rebounds, deflections, and they did. They got one. Rivich right in front, bats it in. Tie game. Incredible. Incredible for Slovakia. I'm so happy for that country. So happy for that team. I had the Americans in my bracket. If you watched, we predicted all of the games after the round robin was finished. The one game elimination, we did our own predictions. I had the Americans winning gold. I did. I thought they could do it. They couldn't get by Slovakia, and Slovakia now has an opportunity to do something really cool and medal in a tournament they were not expected to medal in. Now overtime happened, and addressing the elephant in the room for some people, this game was won eventually in a shootout. I hate that beyond anything else. There should not be a shootout deciding elimination games. And I found out later that the medal games for the Olympics, for both men and women, if there is extra time needed, it will be 3-on-3 continuous overtime until someone scores. 3-on-3. Really cool. Really good, I think, for hockey. Potentially, a lot of the times NHL copies a lot of the rules and stuff, brings in more AAHF rules. That could be something I would be very happy with. It was 10 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime for this game before the shootout happened, and it was incredible. There was rushes back and forth. Matty Beniers just himself had three separate opportunities to win the game for the USA, had great chances. And Matthew Nyes right at the end, it could have possibly been a penalty shot, the way that Slovakia just jumped on him. But he had an opportunity. I think Juraj Slavkovsky had a couple chances. Pospisil had an incredible rush chance. He went flying down the left side, cut to the middle, and just couldn't. The defender, I can't remember who it was, but the defender did very good. It might have been Brisson. I'm not sure. He tied him up, and he tried to toe drag around. Pospisil did, and it would have been the goal of the tournament. It really would have been. And this game unsolved after a 10-minute 3-on-3. Please, NHL, please give us 10-minute 3-on-3 overtime. That was incredible to watch, and it's so unfortunate that this game was decided in a shootout. The goalies in this game stood on their head. Both Straussman and Rebar stood on their head the whole game. And in the shootout, there was only one goal. One goal scored in 9 attempts. Final shots on goal were 37-35 for Slovakia. The one shot, this one, Tchaikovsky, was a slap shot. He came in and he absolutely ripped a slap shot, tried to put it past the left ear of Straussman, but he glove saved it. They were just on it. The goaltenders were both on it, and it took a very, very good shot by Cehlarik to win the game for Slovakia. Coming from behind 2-1 after giving up 2 straight goals, taking a whole bunch of penalties. I think the Americans had so much opportunity to win this game, but they just couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. And Slovakia moves on after beating the Americans. Let me know if you watched this game. Let me know what you thought. What happened? What happened for the States? I thought they were going to go for a nice little run into the gold medal game and win. I had the U.S. and Russia, and I think I had Canada, Finland. I will do the Canada game. I will talk about the Canada game in a little bit. I have a little bit to say on that. This game was incredibly fun to watch, and I wish Slovakia the best of luck. I'm obviously Canadian. I wasn't rooting for the U.S. I was kind of a neutral party. Slovakia, I thought at the World Juniors with Slavkovsky and Nemec, they had a legitimate chance to medal. Obviously, we got shut down for the World Juniors, but in the Olympics, they have a chance to medal, and I think that's really cool. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like I said at the start of the episode here. If you really enjoyed it, please leave a subscription. Free to subscribe on YouTube. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.